I kind of want to give definition to Pebbles and Boulders. I think we already did. John kind of went over it already.
Basically, in the book, for those listening, the author describes people that have really strong opinions about something as boulders. Those are the boulders. And opinions that they have opinions about, but they're easily maybe movable, those are pebbles. You could pick up a pebble and toss it around, maybe change it, put it over there, whatnot. A boulder, however, is harder to push. It's harder to move because people are very strongly attached to boulders or opinions.
Yeah.
Yeah. People aren't attached to boulders. That's not
They're
something
stuck.
you commonly say.
They're stuck on rocks.
Yeah, they're stuck to them.
Our co-host Jay, he's a geologist. He might get stuck on some boulders. I don't know.
Bro,
That was a bad joke, and it didn't land.
You're good. I think it's interesting that he brings up substance abuse, because in some people, like the person that is using, would view it as a pebble, right? I can stop whenever I want. The people that are around them can recognize that it's a boulder, however, because actually stopping that behavior, it takes a ton of work. Coming from personal experience, I know that myself with my dealings with substance abuse. And, they're very strong attitudes towards these things. Like, I can stop whenever I want. When you have the wool over your eyes, take a second to really think about it. How hard is it really to stop that?
Yeah.
He says, how much weight of proof you need depends on how heavy the thing is you're trying to move. So if someone's deep into a political view, an idea, an addiction, if it's a pretty big thing to move, you need a lot of proof, maybe a lot of people helping you. That's kind of what the chapter's about, right?
Yeah.
Corroborating evidence with other people.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
It's
And on page
Go ahead.
And on page 180 and 181, Jonah Berger states, for strong attitudes, there is a higher threshold for changing minds. More is needed, more information, more texture, or more certainty, more proof before people will switch.
Yeah,
Right.
That was great.
I think people get that mixed up with what you provided and what the author's providing, is that they mix that conception up with putting the pressure on, saying the same thing over and over again with no information, no substance, no credible evidence, corroborating evidence to back anything they're saying up. So it just seems like you're attacking the person rather than trying to help them. And so many people have that problem of trying to help people or change people's minds and get them to believe certain things because they're trying to put the pressure on rather than sitting down and thinking within themselves and bringing to the table the proper information, the proper resources, and then going to try and change someone's mind.
And you end up scaring the person away. They end up going on defense because you're putting all this pressure on them. I do it all the time. Sometimes I'm suffocating and I'm trying to talk to my friends. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
I think we all struggle with that.
Yeah, man.
And Jonah Berger actually addresses that on the bottom of page 181. He says, hearing the same pitch again and again gets boring, tedious, and irritating. Listeners know what's going to happen, so they tune it out or turn it off.
Yep.